My name is Bloody Mess, and you're listening to and watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Out for your boy, just give me 5 minutes. I'll be in and out sick, they won't see me no witness. I'm a stick up kid, regret some things I did. Can't be kind-hearted, it's just a life we live. I had a friend one time and we'd always rhyme rhymes. Got a demon in our mind, we committing a crime. So I started doing work, got me watching the house. When the father goes to work, she got a dick in the mouth. So the neighbor look good, we got one hell of a talking. We're going inside once he leaves the apartment. Just grab all that you can, got the burner in your hand. I destroyed the house, took the blade in the couch. We got everything in a big brown bag. Don't you ever say a word or I'll leave your toe tagged. What Vito Banks told me, I don't think he phony. We split 30 granny, took the cubic zirconia. Now everybody wonder how your boy coming up. I got that underground sound, got the bombs in the truck, got the pounds, got the diamonds in my ring. That's what's up. I go and see my mother, leave the money on the counter. I love you, that's what giving me a good life. Sorry I don't do.
What up, y'all? This is Mike P from Zug Island.
Yo, it's just music. Love my boy LB. Forever.
Yo, it's just music, bitch.
It's Lil Busy, aka Lil Busy TV, man.
Yo, this is Hurricane.
What's up? This is MC Lars. You're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Hi, it's Scarlett. It's just music with SicKKo ENT.
Yo, what up? It's T-Lo.
What's up? You listening to the best radio station in the planet, the best podcast in the planet.
Y'all know who y'all rocking with, man. It's just music with Sick ENT, my nigga. SicKKoENT.com.
This is Nick Gibbs from the 316, and you're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Hey, this is Shay for the Dark Lord.
What's up? I'm 6 Digit. You're watching It's Just Music on the Signature Series Network.
Yo, this is Monsil, and you're watching This Is Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Hope you have a good time. Enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, we'll probably run it through and bust your ass. You know, whatever.
Forgot what the fuck else I was supposed to say.
Toledo, that's the holy grail. Me and money like Oprah, Gail. You get a verse, hell. Everybody get a verse under your chair. Gonna pick it up, I just put it right there. Catch me outside, Dr. Phil. The meds don't kill you, the doctor will. How about that when I hop out real? They're screaming, oh no, no, Mr. Bill. It's just a life we live.
Alright, sickos. Zuka here. Time to cut the bullshit. It's time for It's Just Music with LB Sickning. Now I know something technical's gonna go wrong during this video. Just about every episode has a fuck up. And if you can catch it, write it down in the comments. Enjoy the show. Whoop whoop.
What up, y'all? LB Sickning making another video for my sickos. I got my boy Money with me here today.
Whoop whoop.
G Money. Today I got a pretty dope show, man. We talk about El Duce, we talk about Gigi Allen, we talk about Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain, Van Hole. Kind of closer to the end of the show, but we'll get there. This dude is Bloody F. I think that's how it goes by his name. I found him by doing research on El Duce. El Duce is a punk rocker. He died in the 90s, I think. He's known for a conspiracy theory of, saying he knows who killed Kurt Cobain and himself. Shit like that. You can go search all that stuff. There's a movie about him called The El Duce Tapes. Showing about El Duce, about this bloody dude. But that's how I found this guy. I researched this guy a little bit. I listened to like 7-8 songs of his, and I never thought that he would give me an interview. But here we are. You ever heard of El Duce?
Never heard of El Duce. Heard of Gigi Allen. I heard a little bit of what the guy you interviewed spoke on, and he seems like a very well-traveled and well-rounded musician.
Right, and he also, I don't see any reason for him to lie.
No.
He
doesn't strike me as the lying kind of person.
At all. This definitely makes me want to interview quite a few other people in the punk world. This is the first punk rocker that I've ever interviewed, so it's kind of a monumental moment, especially considering what he talked about.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
This song is called Skeletons. Let's hit play. Let me hit that. Appreciate you.
Oh, I get to hit play today.
I got a broken back, motherfucker.
Here we go.
Hit the space bar. Should work.
Spent most of your life in the underground.
shit was badass.
That was dope.
Hey, come here, boy. Come here, because you need to calm down. Come here. Sit.
There's a lot of pretty dope imagery.
Yeah, for sure. I like the song. That shit's dope. What do you rate it? 1 to 10.
That's a good 8.
Give it 8. I get an 8.5. It was dope. Sure.
That's a good 8.
Yeah. Very hard to get 10s on this show. It is though. I think I've given maybe 10 songs throughout the entire show. A 10, if that.
8 of them were my song.
Fucking conceited
motherfuckers. What's up, guys? There's a interview coming with SicKKo this week. This is Crimson X. Thank you for tuning in.
Obviously, the guy looks up to us, so it's kind of hard to sit here and bury him. It doesn't take a horrorcore expert or anybody like that to know that this guy's seriously lacking in talent, you know? When he's harming all the people that he loves, all the people around him, it becomes something less of his way of venting. It becomes greed. A real friend will tell you, man, you're embarrassing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're embarrassing yourself. This sucks, man. You know,
I am living my dream, though. I am living my dream. And I supported Insane Clown Posse since when you guys were only maybe had 100 followers.
Told me right. Truth is, he's got a tattoo of a hatchet, and I'm hating anybody that's rapping psychopathic. I mean, really, it's the thing to do. I need something to hate. I might as well hate you.
Everything cool? Look good?
Yeah.
Sound good? Okay. What's up, man? I'm LB Sickning, CEO of SicKKo Entertainment, man. I came across you on YouTube and stuff, checking out GG Allen and a bunch of punk rockers and stuff. Came across you. Introduce yourself to the people that don't know who you are.
I've been going by the name Bloody F Mess for about 43 years. I guess maybe 40. Yeah, 43 years.
Yeah, how many albums do you have?
I have 10 albums. I just got my brand new album just came out, a couple months ago, featuring members of the Plasmatics and the Germs and Fang and all kinds of really cool people. And this is my 40th anniversary album and my 10th album.
That's awesome, man. I just released my 4th album, so I'm getting up there with you.
Congrats, man. Yeah.
I mean, it's my 4th real album. Like, I own the music on it. I have 13 albums, but a lot of those albums I didn't pay for the music, and I just stole the beats off YouTube and just did my thing. But so those don't really count. Those were practice, you know.
I usually do an album by every 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, about every 2 to 3 for me. What first got you into music?
My mother.
Yeah, she's an artist.
She was a big rock and roller and big time into it.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Who inspired you to make your own music?
Punk rock bands, people that were doing it themselves and not following the sheep or climbing the corporate ladder or kissing major label ass, you know, doing it their own way. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go a completely different route than a lot of other people and go completely independent. And when I finally got to the point where a major record label, Epic Records, was knocking on my door, I literally sabotaged my own career because I never wanted to be a rock star. I still wouldn't want to be a rock star. The trappings that come with it are not worth any amount of money on earth. So it's better to be a cult star and just be small and retain your integrity and your family and your fucking sanity, you know?
Yeah.
And your bongs.
Yeah, I'm smoking with you, buddy. I like that. That's cute. Tiny little water bong. So, how do you describe the music that you typically create?
Rock and roll, but punk rock based. But I also flirt with blues and outlaw country stuff too, man.
I haven't listened to too much of your music yet because I like to discover artists on this show where people can see my true reactions. I've only listened to about half of your very first album where you're in front of that school bus, you and two other guys.
Yeah, that's the worst album by far.
Is it? Because I was kind of digging it, man.
It's horrible. I hate that record. Hello. This is the story behind Bloody Mess in the Scabs' 6th grade field trip album. Not only was it my first album, but the very first album by Central Illinois shock rock, punk rock band Bloody Mess in the Scabs. We were a band that had been around for 2 or 3 years at this point. We had released one EP which had garnered national attention because of the actual artist who did the art for the first EP, but that's a whole different story. We decided we were going to do an album, but we had been playing lots and lots of gigs, and we'd had a few lineup changes, and we'd been been raising a lot of hell in Central Illinois. But, you know, we really weren't the kind of band that was wanting to be asked back to the gigs. We were the kind of band that existed for chaos. We were a chaos-based band that every time we stepped into a club, we hoped we never had to step in there again. We really wanted to be banned from every club. Our goal was to never be asked back. We were not the kind of band that was the life of the party. We were the kind of band that was the death of the party. Bloody Mess in the Scabs, boy, where do I begin? We decided to do an album, and we had gone through some lineup changes, but by the time we did do the album, it was myself on vocals. Instead of Ugly Ted, he became Frustrate Ted on bass. Ty played the guitar, and we had 3 drummers on 6th grade field trip, believe it or not. The primary drums were played by Ty Smith, aka Nimrod. Rest in peace, brother Ty. He did a stellar job on that album. He played on exactly 11 songs. Then we had a guy named Jonathan, aka Thumper, who played drums on 3 of the songs, and then Gabby Scab played drums on the last song on the album, Logic is Conformity, which, for you trivia buffs, was recorded in a different session. It was recorded maybe a year earlier and was released on the Music to Make Your Ears Hurt Volume 1 compilation album on Black and Blue Records, who were based in Smithfield, Rhode Island. 6th grade field trip came out on vinyl, CD, and cassette. There were 1,000 copies of each made, and it did kind of get distributed all over the world. I'm still very grateful to Black and Blue Records for what they've done for my career and to help me get my name out there over the years. So once again, thanks to them. I will say that this album has 15 songs. Most of the songs I'm not a big fan of. You know, a lot of the fans and friends say that this is one of their very favorite albums by me. There's many reasons why I'm not happy with it. Some of them being that my voice wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be. I was still trying to figure out how to sing in the studio. Doing an EP was one thing with a certain set of songs, but with these songs in that studio, I just didn't know what to do. So when I hear the vocals, I'm like, cringe. But I did make a list, and I did listen to the album for the first time in about 20 years today, just half an hour ago. And the songs I like the best, there's about 8 of them. 6th grade field trip, My Own Worst Enemy, Broken Glass, Think of Punk Rock When You, Don't Worship Me, Mammogram Days, Not This Shit Again, and Logic is Conformity. Now, what we did for the album concept was decided to name it after one of our songs, 6th grade field trip, which is about going back and being in your youth, your young youth again, and just being very carefree. We decided to ask the photographer for the Peoria Journal-Star newspaper to take photos for us because he was a pro. And he had been coming to gigs, taking photos for the newspaper for various articles from some of our bad boy antics. Well, Eric Behrens was his name, and he did come out, and we decided to go to a garbage dump because we were going to have a concept based around 6th grade field trip. We wanted to take a picture on a school bus. So one of us found a garbage dump in Spring Bay, Illinois. We went out to said garbage dump, and we found the perfect school bus. It didn't even have like the engine in it. It was just all destroyed on the front end. So we all jumped up there and took pictures, and we also got pictures on the back of the bus. And of course the album was made to be bright yellow to match school bus yellow kind of vibe. So 6th grade field trip was born. We recorded down in Bloomington, Illinois.
It didn't take very long to record. I think we did everything in a couple takes. I thought I knew everything. I knew nothing, and it was my fault that the sound came out very thin. The guitar, not the guitarist, but the guitar sound came out bad. It was a very thin production combined with the vocals I wasn't happy with, so I wasn't really left with a great taste in my mouth. But a lot of people love this album. But I want you guys to know I have 10 albums in 40 years since that album, and I have a brand new one called Dark Days Unfazed. That's another story, and probably the next video I make concerning my music will be the making of Dark Days Unfazed. You know, the Scabs were known as being bad boys and very chaotic and a little bit rough, big partiers. But on this album, 6th Grade Field Trip, there are quite a few songs that do represent humor, like Mustache Man Syndrome, Think of Punk Rock When You Shit, 6th Grade Field Trip. We also had some guest stars on the record. Yep. Since we were recording in Bloomington, Illinois, I remember thinking, I got to get some guest stars, man. So, Steve-O from Impetigo, Steve-O Impetigo, the vocalist from the famous grindcore band Impetigo, came in the studio and threw down some amazing and very memorable vocals on Mammogram Days, Don't Worship Me, and Think of Punk Rock When You Shit. Anyway, Steve-O, if you're watching, man, stellar job, my man. I also did some spoken word and vocals on the first Impetigo album. If you are into that band, check it out. Unadulterated Brutality. Also, Shason Clay, the vocalist for the punk band Naked Hippie from Bloomington, he came to the studio as our guest, and he threw down some vocals on Think of Punk Rock When You Shit, and on Mustache Syndrome, which I don't remember him doing backups on that one, but the album cover says so I believe it. More trivia about the album. There's a song called Logic to Conformity, which I told you was recorded earlier than this session. Well, one of the points of contention between my record label from the beginning, one of the first things, was they decided to censor my song without even telling me. So when this song came out, they removed a line. Yes, if you know the song Logic is Conformity, there's a line that says, "When the whiskey hits me, the devil gets my soul." Well, my friends, there was one other line after that that was omitted, censored, deleted, taken out. And that line was, "When the whiskey hits me, the devil gets my soul. And he fucks me." Yeah, that's the line that was taken out. And it should have stayed in there, damn it. So the next time you hear Logic is Conformity, play it. And when you get to, "When the whiskey hits me, the devil gets my soul, and me." Yeah, so there you go, my friends. There's a little trivia behind Think of Punk Rock Logic is Conformity, sorry. By the way, speaking of Think of Punk Rock When You Shit, I think Steve-O from Impetigo may have been credited with coming up with that title. I can't remember where that title came from. So Steve-O, if you were not in fact the one that came up with that, I want my credit back, okay? Anyway, I must thank everyone over the years that has bought the album, that has listened to the album, that has told me how much they like the album. Some of the people that we thanked on the album include Terry Bibo Baker, a Journal Star columnist at the time who did not like me and wrote articles about me and would, well, basically insult me in the paper a lot. We also thanked Beautiful Bert, Impetigo, The Great 1096, and can you believe that the album says no thanks to the Peoria and Bloomington Police Departments and the PMRC? Now you wonder why did we say no thanks to them people? Well, for the Bloomington Police Department, they gave us a ticket on the way there, and we had no money. We were poor punk rockers, and they gave us a ticket, and it was like $60, which at the time was a lot of money. So yeah, no thanks to those guys. I will say that the album was dedicated to the very famous Central Illinois afternoon children's TV talk show hosts, Captain Jinx and Salty Sam. Yep, they're the ones that we dedicated the record to. So long live Captain Jinx and Salty Sam. Long live you for supporting me for 40 years. And this has been the story of Bloody Mess in the Scabs 6th grade field trip. Have a great day, and please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, and best of all, make a comment, because I always comment back. Okay, my friends? Cheers!
I was
Believe
gonna.
it or not, if you go to skip ahead to like 1999 to Bloody in the Veins, that shit is heavy. Or 2018 Divine Dirt, that's really heavy. And then the new one is the most diverse I've ever done, that's for sure. So
I'm definitely gonna check out all your music because you gave me the opportunity to interview you. So for
well,
sure.
I could say, to be fair to the fans that like that album and to the guys that played on it, there are some good moments on the record. It's just that I personally don't like the production. Guitar player was fine, but the sound wasn't captured correctly, and my vocals, about half of them are just really sucky. So when I hear it, I'm just like cringing.
That's what I like about it, though. I like that grunge. You could tell it's very underground. You could tell
Yeah,
that it was
cool. If you like it, then that's good. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I'm not that much into punk. The biggest punk rock band I ever listened to, I think, would be fucking Green Day or something crazy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that,
Well, they're certainly one of the most popular.
Right. I started getting into G.G. Allen. I think he is a very interesting individual, and I watched an interview where you talked about him. So you were friends with G.G. Allen. That's interesting.
Yeah, for quite a few years, man.
The sickest, most decadent rocker of all time, G.G. Allen. Sorry, it's backwards, but this is an album that G.G. actually autographed from me back in 1987. It's his You Give Love a Bad Name album, which is a whole nother story, in which I co-wrote one of the songs, and I wrote the liner notes for the album. But I got to say something before I get into my story today. I've known him, I knew him for a long, long time, and I've spent many, many decades disputing rumors, batting off lies, having to correct people, but I'm always happy to tell the truth, man, and I do. So what I'm going to do today is talk to you about how I originally connected with the sickest, most decadent rocker of all time, who's dead now, but very much alive in spirit and in music. And a lot of people on YouTube would say they're his favorite. He's got millions and millions of views on his music. Some of his stuff was in the Californication movie. He's had stuff in, different documentaries made about him, different books. And Michael Bowen is writing the biography, the official G.G. Allen biography, in which I was interviewed for a few hours. So that's coming out who knows when, but I'm looking forward to it. So let's go back to the year 1983 and put this record away for now. Back to 83. I'm at a friend's house and I'm looking through his record collection. And in that record collection, a 7-inch record by G.G. Allen and the Scum Fs. The F word, the Scum Fs. Let's put it that way. Because YouTube's got some crazy rules. So the deal is, I see this record and I'm like, are these guys for real? This is awesome. These guys are crazy. What is this? And my band, they're like, oh, nobody likes them. That's like a joke band or whatever. They're just really not cool. No one likes them. It's just something we keep around and make fun of. So I'm looking at this record that came out of like New Hampshire, and I'm like, who the hell are G.G. Allen and the Scum Fs? And it said on the bottom of the record, you can reach Gigi by writing P.O. Box, I believe, 54 in Hooksett, New Hampshire. And I did. I wrote him a letter within a week of getting that record. This was probably the spring of 83. Probably within 2 weeks or at the most, I received a letter back from Hooksett, New Hampshire, from Gigi himself. Yep. And he turned out to be a prolific writer that for years would write back very quickly. He was a one-man army. If you're a fan of the Jabbers, his old band from the 70s, early 80s, those guys did some great music, and they had a song called One Man Army, and he meant that. He was a one-man army. He could get so much done. He was a one-man promotional machine, his own manager. He wrote and recorded a lot of his own stuff, like with the Cedar Street Sluts and the Scum Fs, bands like that. He basically was the band, from what I gather. He would make up funny names for the musicians, but a lot of that stuff was just him playing what he wanted, So here's how it goes. We start to write to each other. He's intrigued by me because I go by the name Bloody. I'm intrigued by him because he's obviously this extreme rocker guy. Well, I just happen to be kind of drawn to that sort of thing. The Plasmatics, the Germs, anything extreme I was into. David Allan Coe, anything in any musical genre that was like way tipping the scales was something that interested me. As a kid, it was Alice Cooper, for instance. So when I got older, it was Iggy Pop. And then I met Gigi, and he liked the same stuff I did. As a matter of fact, we both had stories with Tiny Tim. We both had stories with Wendy O. Williams. Gigi had tried out to be the singer for the Joe Perry Project when Joe Perry quit Aerosmith. There's a photo out there floating around of Gigi and Joe Perry from that tryout. Wouldn't that have been a trip? Anyway, so we write to each other for a good solid year. Next thing you know, it's like 1984. We've written dozens and dozens of letters. I've gotten to know him on a level of definitely friends. We talked on the phone a lot. He would go to a payphone and call me, or I would call him at a designated number at a certain time that we would, pre-agree on. And this went on for about a good year and a half, 2 years. And then finally it was decided. He was going to do his first tour outside of his area and do it with a solo cassette tape only, which he would plug into a PA system or some kind of cassette system and basically do his show as a one-man army. So he would pre-record all of the songs himself, mix it down on tape, like 10 songs, whatever, bring it and do a show live, singing the vocals live. So the first Hated in the Nation tour, by the way, was 1985. That'll be another story. So me and Gigi talk for about 2 years. I find out he's driving a laundry truck. He's telling me information about how he likes to take certain garments from the laundry truck, women's garments, that is, and he would just tell me all kinds of bizarre stuff. He would send bizarre photos. We were both on a very mutual wavelength of weirdness, and I think that's why we were sort of drawn to each other. I'm a Pisces, he was a Leo, so astrologically we were definitely not determined to hang on a daily basis, because I generally don't gel well with the Leos on a basic level, but not like friendly everyday thing. I've tried dating a Leo once, and that was a freaking nightmare. That's another story, man. But we talked for about 2 good years. I got to know this guy, and I started seeing him pop up in magazines all over the country, fanzines, national newspapers. It was like this guy was really gonna make sure he was not ignored, no matter what. And it was interesting because his earlier music was way different than the Scum F's. God, that sounds so stupid and censorship-ish. But anyway, man, the friendship got very intense. We ended up touring together several times, which I'm going to make a separate story. But I tell you, when I got to know this guy, we got to be very, very close, to the point to where I published 2 magazines called Hated in the Nation Volume 1 and 2. Which he gave me his okay on. And they're pretty awesome. There's a lot of information in these things, but I'm afraid to say I no longer even own a copy of either one, so that it kind of sucks. If you own a copy of Hated in the Nation, I would be happy to pay you if you could make copies for me from your copy. That wouldn't take that long, and it would be a huge favor, man, because there was fires here in 2020, blah, blah, blah. I didn't lose my home, but I lost storage units with tons of collectible stuff. And it's amazing some of the stuff that's come back my way that's Gigi related that I traded off years ago, but that's another story as well. So me and him became friends for years, but I want to clear up a few things before I hang up here before I press the button and say later for now. There's all these rumors that the guy was a junkie. He was not. He might have used drugs, but he was not a junkie. Nope. I knew the guy from 83 until about 93. Last time we talked was 92. And I never, ever saw Gigi Allen take drugs. Nope. Maybe a speed pill one time. Yeah, once maybe. That was it. He didn't even smoke weed, man. He was a drinker. So, no, he was not a junkie. Also, I never saw him do the R word. He never R'd anybody that I ever saw or heard of. There's lots of stories out there, but there's not really any concrete proof that he did that to anybody. Even if you Google his arrest record, there was no, he did not R anybody, if you know what I'm saying. Not to my knowledge. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I'll be glad to be educated if I need be. I'm not saying he was an angel. He was not. I'm not saying he didn't scare the crap out of certain people and maybe threaten certain things and take things too far, but I never saw him do what people always say he did. So not when I was with him, man. And as far as the racism or any of that kind of stuff too, not very much did I ever hear him spouting much of that kind of stuff. And when he did, I was usually not saying much back because I didn't believe the same thing he did. We didn't have everything in common. But I will say we were very, very close friends for a very long time. And it was a real pleasure, to be honest. I was a whole different person than I am now, but don't get me wrong, man. I'm a rocker through and through. That's what I do. But he died in 93, and wherever he's at, man, I hope his spirit is roaming free and still kicking up dust wherever he's at, man. But all I can say is that I've got some stories coming that are going to blow your mind. Stuff I've never told, because let me tell you something. There's lots of documentaries and books about G.G. Allin. I'm not in most of them for two reasons. One, I turned down most of the offers I've been given. Two, the big ones that I would not have turned down, the people that put the documentaries or the movies out or the books out were told by certain other parties that if I were to be included in these said productions, that they wouldn't be participating. So therefore, it forced me out of giving years and years of experience and history that I could have shared with you guys. So this is how I'm going to do it on YouTube, man. But I need subscriptions. So be cool to a brother. Just simply subscribe, give this video a like, leave a comment, connect with me if you want. And I've got stories that'll blow your mind, man. The first time he ever did you know what on a stage was right here in my town in Peoria, Illinois, or Creve Coeur back in 1985. That's going to be a story coming up on my channel, as well as the Hated in the Nation tour number 1 and 2. I was there with him as an opening act on both those tours. And I've got stories of just him and I hanging out alone on so many occasions. I've got stories that I've never told anybody. Crazy stuff, man, involving the FBI, all kinds of stuff. So listen, keep it real and keep it here, and let me know what you think. Cheers.
I liked the quote that you gave. When he's throwing the shit, you just got to know where to stand.
I forgot about that one.
I was talking about it last night to a friend of mine. I was like, yeah, this dude gave a really good interview. I hope he gives me one. Fucking friends with G.G. Allin. I couldn't imagine what that was like.
I could be like the monkey in the zoo or the gorilla in the zoo, and I could step back and take my pants down and start throwing shit at the screen right now.
Oh, no, thanks. No, thank you.
It'd be memorable.
Right, definitely would. I don't know if YouTube would let me show that, though.
Where they'd be like, we don't like this shit, literally.
I'm about done with this.
I know. This is the last set of questions. Calm down, man. Goddamn, old school.
Shit. Hey, I'm bored.
Hey, man,
Thank you very much.
We're gonna play their cover of Midnight Special, man. He was the bass player. My uncle was the lead singer. Let's go.
Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me.
In this book, Echoes for the Machine, The Rock TV Sessions, written by Mike Shepard, you can buy this on Amazon. If you go to page 365, there's an interview with me. Let's go down a little bit. It says, you've been working in the music industry and entertainment for over 15 years. What led you to that journey? Who were your earliest influences when it came to your love for music? And I replied with, my Uncle Dennis had a band, and they would rock out in the basement. I had a bedroom in his basement. So, of course, he told me, I was only around 10 to 13 years old, never to mess with any of the gear. But every chance I got, I would rock out with that without them knowing. I think they knew, but they never said anything. I think they were aware that I had a passion for it, and I can't really tell you what made me want to rap. I guess, but Bone Thugs and Harmony. So was that true? Did you guys know that I was messing with your equipment? Did you know I was playing your bass?
Pretty much.
Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special love shine a light on me.
Yeah.
Good job.
That's classic. That's classic to me, dude. I grew up listening to that, dude. I hear that. What you guys practice? What every Friday, or was it Saturday?
I think it was. I think we did like Tuesdays and Fridays or something.
Yeah. So this is Bloody F Mess, Derek Moody, and Jordan Longmer. I think that's how you say it. It's called "Baby Please Don't Go." You ever heard this?
Nope.
Play it.
We're about to.
That was dope as fuck.
That was dope.
Yeah, man.
That reminded me of some like rockabilly kind of. I don't know, man. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it was cool as fuck. What's cool is in the interview he said he'd work with me. I got a couple beats that anybody well made that I think would fit this guy. It's gonna be cool to get a hook or something from him. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fresh.
That would be dope.
Let's get into some more of this interview. You ready? Let's go.
Let's go.
So check it out, man. I got to do this little thingy thing right here real quick because, Rat Patch. This show is sponsored by Rat Patch.
Rat Patch. Gotta get you one, man.
Yeah, so this is what these are, right? Say you're smoking a blunt, or smoking a joint, whatever.
Happens all the time.
And your shit break. Right? Shit's broken. A lot of people, they'll go and they'll, like, try to fix their shit. Maybe it's cracked or whatever. They'll try to fix their shit, but they'll, like, rip off this little piece of one of their whole zigzags or papers or whatever, and waste half the paper. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you got these laying around,
boom.
Check it out. Put these in there. I give it a little licky lick first.
Yeah, you will. You definitely will.
Little lick. Little lick. And then you just roll it. Right?
Bam.
I roll it.
Wrap the patch.
Wrap the patch, dog. Right? That's how I do it. Right?
Hey,
look.
And FYI, this was my last cigarette, my old lady's last cigarette. So, Rat Patch, we love you, thank you, because if it didn't work, she would have killed me. Just saying, and that's real talk. Thank you, Rat Patch. Oh,
do that again.
Thank you, Rat Patch.
Let's see. This works too. Watch.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna die.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's a dope product, man. Check out this ad from them. Wow.
Hey guys, Rat Patch back again with another use for our fantastic bandages. Here I have a cigar pipe that is broken, and I was given the challenge to fix it. So here we go. As you see, I'm applying our brown papers for this example, and I'm just replacing and putting together this pipe as I go. Remember, you don't have to use the whole Rat Patch. You can tear it in half, like I'm doing here, and just use what you need at that moment. That way you don't have to waste. This was a very fun project for me, and I just wanted to share it with you all so that you can see the power of the Rat Patch. Look at that, perfectly fixed, like it was never broken. Get yours now. Like, share, and follow. Thank you. ratpatch.com.
That's pretty cool, right? Cool little product.
Fuck yeah. Save my zigzag. Zigzag sucks. Rat Patch rocks.
What's your creative process like? What do you got to do to get ready?
Well, for this album here, man, I literally contacted my friend Dave Moe in Illinois and said, hey, I'm going to do this new album. You and I did an album back in 2006. Why don't you co-write some stuff with me? And he sends over 13 songs like a week later, 2 weeks later, called A Bloody Baker's Dozen. 13 songs, no lyrics, no titles, just music, songs ready to go. And I'm like, holy hell. So I picked 6 of those that I absolutely loved. And then he did a custom song, Baby Please Don't Go, which is an old blues standard that Jordan Longmire and I did a co-collaboration and a music video recently out for that one. So then the other people on the album are all different people from different bands that I got a hold of and said, hey, want to do some music with me, and that's what happened. So it's all collaborations.
Who would you like to most collaborate with, alive and dead? Give us both.
Pardon me?
Alive and dead. Who would you like to most collaborate with? Give us both.
Live and dead. Dead, probably my best friend Dean Dirt from the band 1096, who I knew from like 85 to like 98, but yet we never recorded together. He did records, I did records. We were like this, never recorded together. Don't know why, man. So if dead, he'd be the guy that I would record with. Alive? Oh, sheesh. I don't know, man.
I have a few friends like that. I don't know why we've never done it, but we just never have.
I mean, I guess it would have to be not a singer because I'm a vocalist. It'd have to be a musician of some kind. Gosh, I don't know. I've actually recorded with a few of my heroes already. I don't know. I guess I'm pretty jaded, man. I can't really think of anybody that's alive that I'd want to record with. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people. Don't get me wrong. I just can't think off the top of my head who I could think of. Maybe while we're talking, it'll come to me.
That's cool. Okay, so collaborating with somebody and doing a show for somebody is two completely different things. You and I definitely know that somebody's recording and somebody's live show could be two completely different worlds. Who would you like to most collaborate with on a show? In other words, like open forum or tour with them.
Oh wow, there's tons of bands I'd like to open up for Richie Ramone in Argentina or Brazil or one of those countries because the Ramones are like the Beatles over there still. I mean, they're like huge turnouts. So I'd like to open up, and he knows this. I've told him before. That's one of my. I don't even have a band anymore, man. But I would love to open up for Richie Ramone in like Brazil, South America somewhere.
Yeah, I saw a picture on your Instagram. You're friends with a few people from the Ramones. Shout out to them, man. I'd love to interview any of you guys, for sure.
Yeah.
What's your most useless talent?
My most useless talent?
In other words, a talent that you have that's never made you any money.
Music. Writing lyrics. There's no money in music. Unless you're selling merchandise or playing live, there's no way to make money in music anymore. You can, even the biggest of bands, even like Mariah Carey, who has on Spotify, biggest Christmas song of all time, made like, 10 grand last year or something. Really, you'd be surprised. There's no money in live streaming. People think there is. There's not, man. You get like pennies for like 100 hits. You get like a penny. It's stupid. Back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, people were making lucrative amounts of money. Of course, if you were punk rock and you took any of that money, you were called a sellout, which is complete bullshit. Bands like Green Day are still doing the same kind of music they were doing before they were making millions. So if somebody came to me and said, hey, you can do exactly what you do, just sign here, I'd say, fuck yeah, buddy. But a lot of these punk purists, they're all fucking, no, you sell out, fuck off. The people who go to work for another person, you're a sellout. If you work for a corporation, you're a sellout. You're making somebody else rich. So I hate those punk politics.
Yeah, it goes the same way in the Juggalo community. I'm a Juggalo, and it's the same thing in the Juggalo community. If you work with him or him, then you're a Juff. If you make a song with him or him, then you're fake. It's like, dude, fuck off. I'm gonna work with whoever I want to work with, and I don't give a fuck what you think.
Exactly, dude. I never fall into any kind of groups. I don't do groups at all. I don't even like to go to parties. I just learned long ago, man, because with with age should come wisdom. And luckily I've somehow, I don't know how, stayed alive, stayed out of prison, and gotten off all the drugs and alcohol and cigarettes. But it's a crazy world to navigate through, man.
I definitely still, I agree with you on the group thing, but I definitely still represent the Juggalo culture for the simple fact of what it did for me in my life.
Oh, my daughter has been to all the gatherings of the Juggalos for the last, Jesus Christ, 8, 10 years, 12 years.
But well, you don't gotta you ain't gonna say her name, but I bet I know her.
Yeah, probably. She's kind of one. She's known by a few people.
Yeah, I probably, if she goes that much, I probably met her at least once. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's one message you'd like to give to your fans? Only your fans. The rest of the world cannot hear this message. Only your fans can hear this message.
Don't try opiates.
I love that. I love that very much. What do you got to say to the people that don't like you?
I love you.
I really like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's just music. Love my boy LB forever. forever. Keep doing what you're doing. SicKKo ENT. Check out any of my records, Russet Burbank, Horse Feather Fallout, and my new sad country music, Whiskey and Sorrow. Keep tuning in, SicKKo ENT. Keep rocking that shit, LB. It's just music, man, and I got you forever. Do that choke song.
This is a tribute to Ink on Paper, I guess. I have a pile of old notebooks, torn, worn, and branded with the ages of the most random graffiti, heartfelt graffiti, that anyone should need to scribble.
In 2001, after I was not in Thick anymore, I met Russet Burbank, and we were just a band. That's what we named it. There's a whole story about that. We could do it on a different episode.
We did. We already did.
Yeah.
Russet Burbank is the fucking shit to me, bro.
Thank you.
Always will be. That's when we met.
People hearing it for the first time. You made people hear it for the first time.
Right. A lot of people went back and listened to the other song. They're like, yeah, you definitely didn't do what they did.
Yeah, no, you did not do what we did.
And I'm like, I know. I did me.
But also featured us in a very flattering way too.
Right. Right. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it, man.
I know only I can read my own writing sometimes, most of the time. The misspelling, the shabby punctuation, all capital letters as if I'm yelling all the words as I carve them in the ink. But it's not just what's being written, there's beauty in the forms.
Well, you get up here. You could get up here.
He's a good boy. Man, I like this music, man. So far, it's pretty dope, and the interview is really interesting, and we're about to get into some really deep shit here in a minute.
Yeah, he's a really fly musician for sure.
The dog needs to sit down, making all this background noise and shit. Sit down, man!
You didn't choose this life. This life chose you.
Yeah, man, I like this shit a lot, dude. It's pretty dope, bro. Let's get to the next track, though. Bloody Mess and Hollow Body. I don't fucking know. It's really long.
Hollow Body Tramp Stamp Blues.
Hollow Body Tramp Stamp Blues. Let's go.
How dare you come to a show like this?
bloody mess.
That was a bloody mess.
That was a bloody mess. I really like this guy's music, man.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, man. I only listened to a few of his songs from his very first album, which was like 30 fucking something years ago. And I thought he was dope. And I haven't heard any of the songs that we played on the show today. Yeah. Very, very impressed.
Yeah. There's definitely something I need to check more of his music out, for sure.
Yeah, he's dope. Rock on, you know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
I want to say that I really like your hair. That's awesome. I usually have blue hair, but I'm giving my hair a rest because you probably know that it can make your hair fall out doing it too many years in a row.
Yeah, I'm so lucky, man. I still got all my hair. Thank goodness.
Tech Nine. I learned it from Tech Nine. He was dyeing his hair
Tech
red.
Nine. My daughter's seen Tech Nine 60 times, and he's acknowledged her as his number one fan.
That's awesome. I have Tech Nine's logo tattooed on my back, and he's acknowledged me.
Money. SicKKo Entertainment, man. Thank you, man, for the $2. You calling me a $2 hoe? Nick? Fuck wrong with you?
Oh, yeah. I've met Tech a couple times.
There's been some strange music artists on this show. Shout out to Jerry Robertson, Cognito, a couple other ones.
Man, I found brand new. Yeah, just copped the crib for my crew. Signed the deal and got jewels. We rake the game, we can't lose. Follow my lead. 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 We ain't tryna die, we just tryna be free.
Yo, what up? It's Jerry Robinson for Strange Music, and you're watching It's Just Music on the Signature Series Network on Roku TV. Let's go.
Strange Music.
Tekanina.
Yeah, I learned it from him though. He was going on tour, painting his hair red for a lot of years. One day his hair started to fall out. A lot of people don't know that. That's why he went bald for a couple of years. He started to shave his head and shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he didn't know that you had to wash it out real fast. You know, you're supposed to wash out the bleach. I think 15, 20 minutes later, and he kept it in for a couple hours. And
Oh yeah, a couple hours that'll do you in.
Yeah, for sure. So say you're walking down the street, you don't have no headphones in, you don't have your phone with you, you can't play no music, you're in your homie's busted car, he's got no radio. Is there songs going through your head? And if it is it your own music or is it somebody else?
Somebody else.
Sure, who is it usually?
Oh gosh, I'm really a diverse guy. I like Waylon Jennings a lot. I like Tiny Tim. I like The Doors. I like, Anvil. I like Hanoi Rocks a lot. One of my favorite bands is Hanoi Rocks. Michael Monroe, Lords of the New Church, The Dead Boys, The Germs, Black Flag, Christian Death. I love Christian Death. I love Osgang, Swans, Cocteau Twins, Nina Hagen, The Screamers, Flipper.
Like I said, I'm kind of new to the punk scene. I've never really gave it a chance. You just named a whole bunch of people I've never even heard of, man.
Yeah, and most of that's even obscure punk stuff, really, a lot of it.
Oh, you're into the underground. You're into a completely different scene than I am in the underground. That's awesome.
That's cool, though, learning new stuff, I guess.
Right, dude. That's what this show's about. You're honestly the first punk rocker that I've had on the show. It's awesome. I like to dip my toes into water. You know what I mean?
Nice.
If it wasn't for music, what would you be doing right now?
I'd probably be a janitor. No, I'm just kidding. Probably. God, I've only done two things, and that's sales and music. And then I've done other jobs, that anybody could do. But as far as my skills, it would be music, writing, performing, things like that. I also host a 24-year running radio show. So I'm a radio producer and host that's a syndicated show called The Church of Rock. And it's been on every single Sunday since Halloween of 1999, man. So,
awesome.
We interview rock stars and punk rock stars and actors and just trippy people, and we play lots of obscure rock and roll. And so I'd probably be a radio DJ.
You've had a lot of success, man. You should be proud of yourself.
Thanks, man. I was a broadcaster for many, many years, salaried radio DJ for years. And when I wasn't doing that, I was doing menial jobs or sitting behind a desk talking on phones and making money, but I'm good at that. So
Not everybody answers this question, and I respect it if you do or you don't. What is the biggest check you've gotten from music?
the biggest check?
Yeah.
Oh God, I couldn't tell you, man. Because the thing is, back in punk rock days, when I was with Black and Blue Records and other different labels, whenever we would do, say, 1,000 CDs, 1,000 vinyl albums, and 1,000 cassette tapes of a certain album that would come out, they would say, "Do you want cash or do you want product?" And I would be like, "Well, I know what I'm going to get offered in cash." So I would always take product because that way when I go on the road or through the mail, I could sell my stuff. And in the end, I would make quite a bit more than I would if I took cash. So I would just sell my own product, merch. And that's how, like today, that's how people make money is merch. Well, back then, that was the way to do it too, versus from an independent label. I mean, if you're on a big label, you take the cash, millions of dollars. There wasn't that kind of money in punk rock. In England or the UK, sure, that you could be on the charts and make money and be a regular rock star if you were doing punk rock there. They took it serious. In the States, nope. Everyone always made fun of punk rock. No one took it seriously at all. Green Day is one of the very, very few punk bands that ever got signed or there's not very many punk bands. I mean, name 3 that punk bands that are famous, that are like commercial like Green Day. There's not any, and it's just like.
Green Day is the only one I can think of.
I know, and they got lucky, and I'm sure they would say that we are lucky. And, a lot of people diss on them. I don't. I think, you know what? Those guys always did what they wanted to do, and, you got to make money somehow. Why not get paid for being Green Day?
Yeah, I don't really understand the hate either because they brought punk to the world. Most people didn't even know about the culture.
Yeah, they open doors.
You've toured, you've been all over the country, you've been in a lot of venues, and a lot of those venues because of COVID are now no longer a thing. They don't even exist anymore. What is your most favorite and least favorite venues to perform at?
I like playing Texas. San Antonio, Texas is a fun place to play. I love playing Arizona. I love playing in the Midwest. I'm from Peoria, Illinois, so whenever I go back there, that's always a guaranteed packed house. Wisconsin, Kenosha. Had a lot of good gigs in LA too, Los Angeles. Right here in Southern Oregon, man, from 2010 to just a couple of years ago, we were doing shows a few shows a year that were always very well attended. So Southern Oregon's a lot of fun to play too.
Yeah, I've only played in Ohio and Pennsylvania.
See, I played Philadelphia once, but never Pennsylvania, and Ohio, Cleveland, I think once or twice.
Where were you at in Cleveland?
Twice in Cleveland. I played Pat's in the Flats, some bar called Pat's in the Flats, and then I played at some big venue that was like a metal venue, and somehow we got on the bill, and we drove like 9 hours to do like 3 or 4 song set on this huge metal bill with like 50 bands. But we went there and got completely wasted and like threw down physically. It was like a bloody, like freaking insane show, man. These people were tripping balls on us. Bloody Mess and the Scabs was a shock rock band that was the kind of band that was not the life of the party, but more like the death of the party.
I wonder if it was the Odeon, the Agora, or Peabody's.
I can't remember. I had a tape. Agora sounds very familiar, actually.
The Agora is the most popular concert venue in Cleveland. It's been around since like the 1920s or some shit.
Yeah, this had a stage and stuff, and it was a big venue.
Yeah, it's a huge
wow.
place.
Well, we had a bunch of fires here, man, back in 2020 in Northern California and Southern Oregon, and I lost 90% of my belongings that were in storage units.
Oh, wow.
I had a recording from that show from Cleveland, and I could have swore it was the Agora, but my memory sucks too, so I don't know.
Hey, man, marijuana affects the memory.
Well, and also age does too, which and so does eating sugar is what it really is, man. Sugar causes Alzheimer's and dementia. So eating lots of shitty stuff like I still eat, yeah, I tell people, get the stories out of me now before fucking dementia gets to my ass.
Yeah, I'm a really big sugar fiend, man. I love candy, and what sucks is I have two compressed fractures right now, and I'm not allowed to have anything with sugar in it because it causes inflation and and
Inflammation. Yeah.
yeah, and it makes my pain 10 times worse than it is.
It's smarter to while you're younger to change your diet now, man, because now you start seeing weird ramifications when you get older, and you're like, "Fuck, holy shit! I should have just listened to some people sometimes."
Yeah, I'm pushing 40 and I'm already feeling it for sure.
It's not too late.
Right. Word. It's never too late, bro. I mean, like for example, it's never too late to make it in your music either. Like I know of a 63-year-old man who just got signed, and he's a rapper.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about him. Age is only a matter of mind, and if you don't mind, it don't matter.
Right. Word. How do you feel that the internet has impacted your music career? Do you think that you would be where you are without it? I think you would, because you started when the internet wasn't even around. Go ahead and answer the question now.
Yeah, when I started playing music, it was like 1980. That was my first band, so it was way before the internet age, and people would make handbills and flyers, and you would just hear about it. Word of mouth would spread quickly because it just did. When there's no internet, people talk more, and word just spreads like an ocean. It's like, and once I did start playing in bands that were playing out in bars and all that and touring in about 83, again, it was a big network of flyers and underground fanzines and, a big network that would just spread. And then punk clubs sprung up all over Chicago and all over the world. And, that's where the people would stop. In every town, there'd be at least one little punk club or a punk house or a barn or a shed or, something, someone's basement.
Right. What's your favorite song to perform?
Well, the one I've been doing for decades is called Empty. That's probably the one that people get into the most. So that causes the most adrenaline flow for me. Empty, Hungover and Stone's a lot of fun when I go to the Midwest because people know the words to that one there. So probably those.
Name some famous musicians that you admire that have nothing to do with your genre of music.
Famous musicians, Sinatra, not really as a human being, but I like his catalog. I like his vocals. I love Frank Sinatra. Tiny Tim, big fan of Tiny Tim. He had nothing to do with my genre of music. Most people think he's creepy or weird or funny.
I think he's awesome.
Yeah, he is. He was really awesome. If you listen to his catalog too, he's very diverse.
The man died on stage doing what he loves. I mean,
he did.
I want to go out like that,
And he also in Australia had hits with he covered Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. He covered AC/DC, Highway to Hell, and he was a walking encyclopedia. He could tell you every single pop song from the Thomas Edison era to now. It was crazy, man.
I think it's awesome. His song went fucking viral on TikTok and shit a couple years ago.
Oh, which was it? Living in the Moonlight, Loving in the Sunlight.
It was that one we're talking about. Tiptoe, whatever. Tiptoe through the tulips or whatever. Yeah.
That was like his number one hit in America in 1969.
Right. And then, 30 years later, it goes viral again. That shit was cool.
Yeah.
It was everywhere. Yeah, but it's creepy. It is creepy. It's creepy as shit, but it's also cool. I like creepy shit. Look at my logo.
Yeah, it was like 40 or 45 years ago. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was like 2 years ago. Remember what? Like 2 years ago, Tiptoe Through the Tulips was going viral, something like that.
Yeah. It's amazing.
What's the most trouble you've ever gotten into? You can take that question however you want. Financially, with the police, with your mama, with your baby mama, however you want to go with it, man.
The most trouble I've got into, well, I've been arrested probably a couple dozen times, so there's been a lot of trouble, tons of it. My days of trouble started at about 14, 15 years old when I was drinking a fifth of whiskey a day and waking up in detox centers and all kinds of shit, man. And I started young.
I relate.
One of the craziest times of chaos that I caused was at a show called, it was the Lytle and Lamb Morning Show, this very popular radio station in the Midwest. And we were like their token crazy band they would have on. Like when O.J. Simpson was getting arrested, we did a song called O.J. that they put on the air. It was all over the mid-morning shows. we would also go on there and do just crazy stunts and all kinds of nutty shit. And they did a big live appearance at this theater with 2,000 people. The rock band Head East, which was a famous classic rock band, they were the headliner with a bunch of opening acts. We were on the bill as like their novelty act, and they expected us to get all crazy and do something controversial. And well, that didn't happen, man. We all showed up and did our country song, Hungover and Stoned, and we're super nice guys. And they were kind of pissed because we kind of burned them. But we hung out for about 8 hours during this event that went on all day and night, and drank and drank and drank and drank. Those are the days when I was an alcoholic. And I got so drunk that I walked up to the upper balcony of this place, which was packed. And then you could look down over thousands of people. And I pulled out, you know what, and I pissed over the whole balcony and stood up and just kind of went back and forth. A big stream of piss all the way. And everyone's looking up and they're like, what the fuck? And the security is coming at me and people are coming at me. And my band member is like 300 pounds. My drummer, he takes off his shirt, grabs a bass guitar, and he's holding it up by the neck. And he's like standing next to me as my security guard because people are trying to kill me. And I'm trying to get out of the building and the people are coming at me. And he's like, if you touch him, I'll kill you. And man, it was completely insane. And everybody I walked by, because I was so drunk, I was like, yeah, you fucking wanker, and just calling people names. And my wife at the time, or my girlfriend at the time, was trying to talk people out of not killing me. The security's trying to get me. And then I finally cause all this chaos, and I get to the door that you leave out of. And right when I did, the cops were walking in literally the same time I was walking out the other door. And there were so many people. They didn't know I was the guy that had caused all the trouble and had pissed over the balcony and onto, a couple of 1,500 people or so. And it was amazing. I totally got away with it. But that was probably the most trouble I should have gotten into. No, that's just one of many stories.
Did you ever meet El Duce?
Yeah, I knew El Duce. Right before he died, I would call El Duce. He was living with some lady. Oh, gosh. Some chick he was living with right before he died, because he was a pretty bad alcoholic during the last few years of his life. For a while, living on the streets. But he was living with some lady, and I forget her name now. But I would call there, and if he was too drunk, she would talk to me. But occasionally he'd get on and, hey, blah, blah. And I go, hey, Deuce, or hey, El, I want to do an interview for my Fanatic fanzine with you. And he's like, can you just send it to me in the mail? Write it down, and I'll write down the answers and mail it back to you. And I'm like, ha ha. So I did. And he fucking sent back the same paper, and he wrote like 1 or 2 line answers for every question, but on my same paper. Of course, that burned in the fires I told you about. But the fanzine still exists. I still have copies of it. And that interview was done about 2 months before he was murdered on that train track.
You believe he was murdered?
Oh, absolutely he was.
Huh.
Yeah, kill Alan Wrench is supposedly the guy that did it. I mean, Courtney Love offered El Duce money to kill Kurt Cobain. He passed all the polygraphs. Everybody knew about this.
I saw that.
Common knowledge. So kill Alan Wrench. Alan ended up doing it, and El Duce ended up slipping up and saying it in a documentary and narking him out. And there's witnesses that were there when Alan Wrench found out about this. He's like, he literally went to Eldon. He went to his home. Where's El? Where's El? He was completely freaking angry. And the last time El Duce was ever seen he was with Alan up to 15 minutes before he died. And however he died had to have been gruesome, because from what I was told, his head was cut off and it was laid next to his body before the train even hit him on those train tracks.
I saw an interview where one of the members of his band said that all this was said kind of just for publicity.
No, and it's not true, man. Bhagavan Das, who's a religious spiritual guru who I used to manage for a while, Bhagavan Das, long story, but anyway, he was up drinking a $300 bottle of wine with the Chris Novoselic up in Seattle at Chris Novoselic's house from Nirvana. And this is a guy that doesn't even know any rock and roll from Bob Dylan on. He's a spiritual guy only. But he was like in my home telling me, he goes, have you heard the band Nirvana? And I go, yeah, I like some Nirvana. I go, have you heard them? He goes, I've only heard like a song. And I go, do you like him? He goes, no. And I said, okay. And I go, how'd you hear the song? He goes, I was at one of their guys' houses drinking a $300 bottle of wine at his home, because he's like a devotee of my guru, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wow, what a trip. It's all Hinduism. And anyway, it was Chris Novoselic. And he goes, yeah, I know Chris Novoselic. He comes and plays bass with me when I'm up in Seattle. I said, really? Wild. And I go, what did he say? He goes, all I know is he said that the hole killed that Kurt Cobain guy. I'm like, what? Wow. He told you that Courtney Love? He goes, yeah, that's her, Courtney Love. He said, Courtney Love, The Hole. I go, that's her band. He goes, okay. He goes, Courtney Love from Hole. He said, is what he told me was she had him killed. I'm like, that's interesting, because Bhagavan Das is not in the rock and roll world. And this was all like private stuff. And he told me this just between me and him. I'm like, what a trip. I've never heard Chris Novoselic say that he believed Courtney was behind it, but I believe it absolutely.
It makes a lot of sense.
In the underground. Everybody kind of knows it, you know?
Yeah. If you've studied this case at all, it all makes a lot of sense. But there's so much shit that contradicts everything.
But yeah,
like,
I was going to say,
this guy says this guy says that, this guy says this guy says that. It's probably why the case has never been really.
Well, let's be fair. There's no proof. There's no definitive proof, or Alan would be in jail, prison right now. And that guy's probably going to see this interview and come and whack me next. Fuck you, Alan. Come get me.
Hey, bro, Alan. If you do see this, I've also done a little research on you. I'd like to interview you too, man. We don't have to necessarily talk about the Kurt Cobain shit.
Yeah, if you whack me, you're doing me a favor, pal.
Same here, buddy. we got about 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna ask you one more question, man, and then I need a drop from you.
All right,
what's
bro.
next? What's next from you?
Right now, I just got done filming last week a new video from my new album to a song called "This Creepy Little Town," featuring Dave Moe. It's Bloody F Mess and Dave Moe. And I am also recording another music video coming up for my song Wax Fruit with members of the Plasmatics. And speaking of the Plasmatics, I'm currently doing a 6-song tribute to Wendy O. Williams and the Plasmatics with West Beach of the Plasmatics and special guests. And that's coming out on either, hopefully, Plasmatic Records. Not sure when, but we're working on that actively, literally in the studio doing that. So.
That's awesome, man. I can't wait to hear all that.
My new album drops next month on vinyl, and the month after on cassette tape. On vinyl, on Fanatic Records and Ragged Records and Punk Media, and on cassette tape, it's going to be on Bird Eater Entertainment.
I would love to collaborate with you on a track, man. I've never done a punk song. I have a whole bunch of beats. I'll send you some stuff. It's up to you. Let me know.
Send them over, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate you getting on the show, man.
Yeah, it was a very impulsive thing.
Yeah, very. That's why I like to do it, though.
So, what is the name of your show? It's Just Music?
It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
It's Just Music. My name is Bloody Mess, and you're listening to and watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
There you go. That's what I was about to just ask you to do. Bro, you just gave me a fucking awesome interview. You talked about El Duce. Now I'm about to go watch this dude's movie and shit. I've been like, I don't know if I want to pay for this or not. You know what I mean? Should I watch it? Have you seen it?
Which one?
The documentary. It's the El Duce tapes.
Okay, the only ones I've seen are the ones that are on YouTube for free. So there may be something.
Yeah, you gotta pay for this. You gotta pay for it. It's like $4.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, I guess some dude found a box of VHS tapes that was all El Duce, and he thought it was like 100 hours worth of shit. And he made a movie out of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of research on that shit. That's how I came across you. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was searching. First I got into G.G. Allen, and I thought that shit was fucking awesome. I loved his fucking movement. Like, take out the shit, but it's just shit at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like
his bowel movement.
Right. It's just shit at the end of the day. I mean, I'm sure I would have hated the motherfucker if I ever went to a show and he threw that at me, but you know. But I got into G.G. Allen. I learned as much as I could about G.G. and then I started getting into El Duce, and I found you.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate the time and everything, man. And anybody that wants to look me up, I'm on Facebook under the name Derek Moody. You can also find Bloody F Mess Music and More Facebook group. And my radio show is The Church of Rock.
This dude's pretty cool. I've only, like I said in the interview, I've only heard a few of his songs, man. But what I heard, it's definitely fucking punk, and it's good punk. It's not like I don't know. I can't explain it, bro. I thought it was cool as fuck. Like I got
Not like that. Not like that shitty kind.
Yeah, you know. I mean, there's people that make punk music, but it's fucking more crybaby shit than it is punk. You know what I mean? Like it's not angry. Like your shit. What I heard was angry, and
yeah,
I liked it. You know.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah, bro. Much love.
What's up? I'm 6 Digit. You're watching It's Just Music on the Signature Series Network. Forgot what the fuck else I was supposed to say. But I recorded, it's not out yet, but I have a whole album, like 8 songs or something, that I recorded at Bam Margera's house at the castle, like the one you've seen on TV and shit. I recorded the shit there, and that ain't even the coolest part about the story. The coolest part is we recorded it on the fucking soundboard from Paisley Park that belonged to Prince.
Do you wanna drown? Just settle down, settle down, settle down. I'll give you candy, give you diamonds, give you pills. I give you anything you want. $100 bills.
Well, here's what's weird for me is like, I never really was that big into hip hop to begin with, you know what I mean? I love it, and I love that it's been as welcoming to me as it has been, and I love that I'm able to contribute to it. But it's never been my first choice, you know what I mean? If I could fucking play a guitar, I would. I can't. I've tried.
Right. Is something wrong with me? Is something wrong with you? I really wish I knew, wish I knew, wish I knew. I'll give you candy, give you diamonds, give you pills. I'll give you anything you want. $100 bills. I'll even let you watch the shows you wanna see because you'll marry me, marry me, marry me. Marry me, marry me, marry me. What the fuck? Why are you so distant? Stop touching me! What the fuck happened?
As always, I end the show with one of mine. Mine, you haven't done any rock songs or nothing with me yet, so.
Not yet. I got some up my sleeve.
Your sleeve, huh?
Yeah, hell yeah.
We'll see what's up. So I'm gonna play. This is a remake of a song I made with the band Russet Burbank out of Sandusky, Ohio. They originally made their song "Lazy," and I redid it. Check it out, man. This is me, Russet Burbank, "Lazy."
Tired of everyone telling me I am wrong. I'm sick and tired of all this pain inside. Don't wanna live, but I don't wanna die. Things were so much easier when I was emotionless. Still hopelessness and emptiness and isolated. Sick of this, trying to find my way back home again so I can be alone again. Inside my mind it's hard to find everything I've left behind. But I'm moving on, I'm moving up, I'm moving now. Sick and tired of living life within the shadow of a doubt. Don't you fucking touch me. Fuck all your apologies, there's no more left inside of me. I'm sick and tired of always being wrong. It's time to carry on with my life. Doesn't matter who's wrong or right. It's all inside your mind, you're fucking crazy. Tell me what you want from me. It's all just a fallacy. I never was, I'll never be the man you wanted me to be. I'm just too goddamn lazy to pick myself up off the floor. Get the fuck away from me. Ooh, don't you fucking touch me. Get the fuck away from me. Don't you fucking touch me.
you've never heard of Nick Woodruff, go check him out. He's a pretty good comedian. He was the lead singer. Yeah, I don't know if I'm as good as a Bloody Mess or whatever, but no, no.
You'll get there.
Yeah, someday.
Strive.
I really like your hat.
Thank you.
What's the name of that guy?
Kirby.
Kirby?
Yeah, man.
He sucks, right?
He does suck.
He sucks pretty good.
He's a pretty good sucker.
Right here.
It's all psychological, man.
But it's a Bloody. I appreciate you getting on the show, man. Especially those comments about El Duce and shit. You know what I mean? I didn't expect him to say some shit like that.
Profound.
Yeah, you know, some deep shit, you know. Yeah, man, you know, I don't know. Thanks for getting on the show.
Thank you for having me on the show again.
Yeah, man. We got some work to do. We got some recordings to do. Hopefully we get them done today or tonight or something. Sometime this fucking millennium.
Yeah.
Fuck.
About that. No, I'm just kidding.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. It's Blaze Hunter, Knife Wonder. Yes, sir. We got LB Sickning. We got Lil Flip. Let's go. Ooh, yeah. I'm the realest to do this. I'm a G in these streets and you sweeter than Cool Whip. I'm a scholar to the game while most of you clueless. Crossing me, that would be foolish. Cause I'm a beast, I'm a dog. I'm a problem. I'm a sicko. I'm a sicko in these streets. I'm a boss. I got 'em. Sicko ENT, nice one.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? This is Wishbone, both of us motherfucking Harmony.
Man, you already know what it is, man.
It's Rugrat Chucky.
There's a big cherry there.
Cricket the gift in this bitch. You already know what it is, man. This is nonsense.
Yo, what up? It's Jay Bizarre. And you're watching It's Just Music.
Yo, it's your boy Ashby, the king of Cleveland.
It's down the grind.
What's up? You got Razor Ray and Motown Rage, Rising Up Angry, Insane Clown Posse's crazy rock and roll show.
AKA Dog Genius.
You're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT. Yo, it's Hair Trigger, and it's just music.
Hey, what's up? I'm Tom Putnam. I'm one of the directors of the ICP documentary, The United States of Insanity.
It's like, this is Rocky Rob.
AKA Chris Nonsense, AKA Nonsense is Dog Genius.
You're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo Entertainment. If you ain't on it, get on it. Don't be a dumb motherfucker. It's just music.
And you know when I'm vibing out, man, you know I gotta when I'm really watching these interviews and these podcasts, man, you know, man, it's just music with SicKKo Entertainment, man. That's what I'm paying attention to.
And you're listening to It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
It's AKA. Nah, I'm just playing. You already know what it is, man. Listen, we are listening to, and of course, freaking watching, It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
With SicKKo ENT.
Bang. Guys, this is Laycast. It's Just Music, and you're watching SicKKo ENT with Signature Series Network.
With SicKKo ENT on the Signature Series Network.
Hey, it's Alex Jaffe, and you're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
You're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT. Tap in.
What's cracking, everybody? It's your boy Bobby Mars, and you are in tune with It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
What's going on, y'all? AC Killer in the building.
Fire all the heat, man. You already know, man. We turning up, man. Very Rich Entertainment, Harmony House.
Yo, this is Diesel Water.
And you watching It's Just Music with SicKKo Entertainment.
Denimals Productions. You watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT. Hey, yay, stay motherfucking Denny.
What's up, y'all? It's Jimmy the Gunner, man, and y'all tuned in with It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Sonny Black. It's Just Music with SicKKo Entertainment. My homeboy. All love, cuz.
Hey, yo, what up? It's Rap God.
What's good? It's your boy Tony Man.
Oh, it's your Loud Boy, and you're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Watch it or die.
Things like a track meet, legend in the game, bro. You need to pay homage. I catch one out of nowhere to the head like bondage. I rock it like Eric Gordon. I'm bossy like Barry Gordon. I lock in and tell your organs in alphanumeric order. I drop it like Randy Orton. Try me and I'll.
Alright, sickos. Zuka here. Time to cut the bullshit. It's time for It's Just Music with LB Sickning. Now I know something technical's gonna go wrong during this video. Just about every episode has a fuck up. And if you can catch it, write it down in the comments. Enjoy the show. Whoop whoop.